Yo, what's up, my people? Jeremy Anderson again, and I'm back with another episode, and I'm here to help you go to the next level. Why? Because I struggle with drug and alcohol abuse and failure in school over and over again, but I bounce back and I get to travel the world. I've gotten a bunch of degrees and I've written a bunch of books, and I'm here to help you go to the next level. But what's the first question we got for the day?
Hi, my name is Kinsley. I'm 14 years old. My question is, my best friend hangs around with new people now. How should I handle that? I'm feeling left out.
I just think it starts with a conversation. It's not always what it seems. That's your best friend, that's your girl, I get it, but now she hanging out with some other people and you not being involved. So you just ask a question. Say, hey girl, everything okay? Are you mad at me? We still cool, right? Oh, okay, but when the next time y'all going there? You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. Don't sweat her. Don't ask her, don't be begging her to be your friend. So take some time and really ask her and say, hey, what's going on? And she might say, hey, it's nothing. I just went to the mall with them, or we just went to hang out. It's not that deep. So I want to make sure that it's not like a self-esteem thing, because sometimes you feel threatened if new people come around, and it could be harmless. It could be that they're just hanging out and having a good time. So I'm sure you, Kinsley, you hang out with some people, you know what I'm saying, who your best friend might not hang out with. Sometimes that's how it is. But I think it's important that we make sure that we surround ourselves with people who really want to connect with us, people who want to build with us, people who's going to challenge us and push us to be the best versions that we can be. And you should never ask somebody to be your friend. You should never beg for them to be your friend. It should come naturally. Let me tell you one more thing. If you live for their acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. One more time, I need you to get this. If you live for their acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. I've heard so many different people from different walks of life quote that quote right there. I didn't make it up, but watch this, it makes sense. So you can't be begging people to love you, and don't get all bent out of shape. If she has some other friends, let her spread her wings, let her fly, and I'm sure y'all have plenty of time to hang out and spend time together. Okay, next question.
Hello, my name is Tyler. I'm 14 years old, and I want to know, how do I control myself when I feel agitated towards someone else?
That's a good question. Tyler's like, yo, I be feeling agitated. I get easily irritated. Take some time and just breathe. Count to 10. Woosah if you got to. Do whatever you gotta do, but it's not that deep. Okay? And then you might have to remove yourself from that situation. You might have to just say, you know what? I'm not really feeling this right here. You getting on my nerves. You just separate yourself. You don't have to say that, but what you can't do is you can't let those emotions or you getting frustrated make you do something that you're gonna regret for later. I can't tell you how many people I've interviewed and I've spoken with that's at a local prison or jail or detention center, and because they got agitated or because they got mad or because they got angry, they assaulted someone or they hurt someone or they made a drastic mistake. You've got to control your brain. You've got to control your mind. You can't control what people do to you, but you can control how you respond to it. So this is going to be a stretch for you. So you might have to remove yourself from the situation. Okay, they get on your nerves, they agitate you, then you got to just move around. And then next, let them know. Say, hey, you know, this is kind of getting on my nerves. This is kind of starting to agitate me. It might not be on purpose, but you have some people that will do it just to give you a hard time. Well, you know what? You remove yourself from that situation, but you got to practice that self-discipline. That's big, and that's going to be key, because you're not just dealing with that self-discipline if somebody's agitating you. That self-discipline now falls over when it's time to study and you don't want to study. Well, are you going to just hang out and kick it, or are you going to do what you're supposed to do? That's what makes people successful and unsuccessful, depending on how much they have self-discipline. So you got some people who are really disciplined and they say, I'm gonna do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. But then you have some people who are moved off of emotions. So I would say, don't sweat the small stuff, control your emotions, put yourself in environments where people are not driving you crazy. And if you can't avoid that situation, this is an opportunity now for you to go to that next level.
My name is Shanaria, and I'm an 8th grader at Rothschild Leadership Academy. And how do you motivate yourself when no one is cheering for you?
Okay, your question is, how do you motivate yourself when no one else is cheering for you, when you're the underdog? And I love the underdog. I always go for the underdog, whether it's a football team, a basketball team, a boxing match. I always go for the underdog, because for so long in my life, even to this day, I feel like I'm the underdog. And so when no one else is believing you, that's what's gonna make your success that much sweeter. There are people cheering for you, because you got teachers that show up every single day and they in your corner. Now, I know some of y'all, you in the classroom, you at home, you watching this video, you might feel like, man, my teachers don't cheer for me. They do cheer for you. That's why they at school. Trust me, your teachers could have did anything. They could have became attorneys. They could have opened up their own restaurant. They could have went and became engineers. They chose to be overworked and underpaid because they care about you. So you can find motivation in knowing that there are people that show up to work, that show up to school every single day to do the best they can. Now, they might not be as vocal, like, go, Shanaria, go. But trust me, they cheering for you. Your mom, your dad, their family members, their friends. You have somebody that's cheering for you. And the people who don't believe in you, prove them wrong. And the people who do believe in you, prove them right. You see, for far too many years, my mama and a few other people who believed in me, I would prove them wrong by my behavior. Getting kicked out of school, fighting, making bad grades, drug and alcohol abuse. They believed in me over and over again, but I kept breaking my mama's heart. I kept letting her down. And then all the people who didn't believe in me, oh, you ain't gonna never go nowhere. You ain't gonna never do nothing with your life. People say, you're gonna be just like this person here. I proved them right by my behavior, but then it clicked. And I said, you know what? Everybody who believes in me, I'm about to show them you chose the right side. I'm about to prove you right. And all the haters who didn't believe in me, who had nothing positive to say, I said, you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong. And that has been what's motivated me. When you don't have a bunch of people cheering for you, you look at the few people who are cheering for you and you let them know you chose the right team. You chose the right side. And everybody that's not cheering for you, you say, you know what? I'm gonna show you how great I am. I'm gonna show you how phenomenal I am. But you gotta believe it within yourself. And a lot of times people only pursue certain things if they believe they are that about themselves. That's why when I go to your schools and I speak and I do staff training, I tell your staff and your teachers how important it is for them to speak life to you. Because we need that thing to register inside your brain, inside your soul. You are to believe you're phenomenal. You're to believe you're smart and you're intelligent, that you have a purpose and that you're going places in life. And so we speak it hoping that you believe it, because when you believe it, you'll pursue it. And when you pursue it, you'll experience the greatness that you have been born to experience. I hope you join us next week for another episode. But before we end this session, we gotta take a moment and highlight this week's Next Level Student of the Week. This Next Level Student of the Week is by a young lady named Alexis. Let me tell you something, I call her Lexi. I am so proud of Lexi. For one, Lexi went from several different schools, from the 9th grade to the 10th grade to 11th and 12th, and that's hard. Going from school to school to school, that has a lot of pressure on you. And she played sports, and she had to keep her grades up when at times she didn't want to. And in the midst of all of that, before softball games, Lexi would be praying with her team. That's the leadership right there. When she made money, she would take the money that she worked for and her allowance, and she would buy food for the homeless. What? So that's what Next Level Living is all about. It's the pursuit of greatness. It's to say, okay, I'm here, but how do I go to that next level? How can I get better grades? How can I be better on the field? How can I make my community better? And you have what it takes. I don't care what people said about you. I don't care what people might think. You prove them wrong. You handle your business. You put your best out here, and you're going to get your best back from the world. So Lexi, we're proud of you, and I'll have my team send you a hat or something this week, and we'll make sure we hook you up. That's our time. Be as great as you were created to be, and I'll see y'all real soon. Hey, what's up? I hope you enjoyed today's video, and check this out. You gotta subscribe, because I've got so many more videos in store for you. And when they come out, I want them to come directly to you. So click subscribe and let's keep building together.